Hello, good morning, my loves, and welcome to today's training where I'm going to coach a steel mace interval training session. Woohoo! I don't know about you, but I'm quite excited about this. And so, how are we going to run today's training? So, we're going to do a quick warm up. Then I'm going to run you through the steel mace movements. Now, I know that some of you don't have a steel mace yet. So for those of you, I'm going to give you bodyweight versions of the movements. So I've got a plan 1, which is steel mace. And then I've got plan B, which is for people that just want to do a steel mace, do an interval training session, but don't have a steel mace yet. Okay. I hope you will join me. And it's interval training is not as scary as it sounds. Like some of us have had terrible experiences where we were just kind of dying in the session and gasping for air, and it was just too hard. And then we got achy and tense and kind of sometimes even injured. This is not how I coach interval training sessions. What is really crucial is to think about safely challenging. So I want you to challenge yourself if you want to, but I want you to be safe. And I still want you to have fun and feel good. So there is being challenged in the good way, and then there is being challenged in the bad way. I want you to do the first, okay? I want you to get your heart rate up a little bit, possibly work a little bit of dew across your forehead, but under no circumstances, I want you to not be able to talk very well. That is a really clear indication that you're working too hard, okay? If you wanted to go into those zones, you really should have a coach or make sure that you have your workouts and your movements really nailed, okay? So where I want you to pitch the intensity today is somewhere between 6 and 8. So what I use with my clients and myself is a scale of perceived exertion. That is a number between 1 and 10. 1 is I'm lying on the couch, binging on Netflix. 10, I'm literally running away from a bear that's about to eat me. Okay. So I want you to be somewhere between 6 and 8. I want you to be able to talk freely, and I want you to feel good, feel energized at the end of this workout, and have fun. Okay. So if you have any questions, obviously once I hit play and we go for 20 minutes, I will be just checking the comments briefly. Okay. So if you have any questions right now, ask away right now, or when I'm demonstrating the exercises. Otherwise, you might just have to hold on, but I'm going to give you a lot of coaching instruction. This is going to be super fun. We're going to have fun together today, okay? If you're joining me live, let me know who you are and where you're joining me from, and then we'll go. Also, a disclaimer, I've been surfing really hard out for the last 3 days, so I'm not going to push, okay? I'm just going to run you through this workout. I'm going to do all the exercises with you for the whole 20 minutes, but I'm not going to go hard out, okay? Because I can't. I don't have enough juice in the tank, and I want to go for another surf today. Alrighty, so I'm probably not going to do a warm up because then we'll just, let's just do a little bit of a warm up. Let's just do a rolling shoulder blade because it's not sensible to not warm up before a strength training session. Okay. So rolling shoulder blade, we'll just do like a really quick express warm up. Okay. So rolling shoulder blades. Oh, it's joining me, Shonata here. You've got a 10-pound mace, lovely too, don't you? Which is great. That's an awesome weight for, that's the 5 kilo. Yeah, that's an awesome weight for strength training. Yeah, okay. A little bit of a gunslinger here. So stretching the muscles on the back, releasing the chest. So just let's do a really quick one. Inside the Warrior Woman program, you get 20 interval training workouts. And also there is a mobility warm-up too. Let's go into some bodyweight deadlifts. In the program, I have filmed an express warm-up that only takes about 6 minutes. And then I have a full comprehensive mobility warm-up, just in case you want to really get into the joints and have a little bit of extra time. Otherwise, all the strength training sessions, all the interval training sessions in the Warrior Woman program take 20 minutes, okay? 4 different timers too. And then come here, elbows on top of the knees, and then thoracic rotations. So in the program, I use 4 of the 6 TechFit timers. I use 30-30, so you work for 30 seconds, you rest for 30. Then I use 20-10, which is we're gonna do today, yeah, which has been more of a fast Tabata. And then I do 90-30, and then AMRAP, as many rounds as possible, okay? Let's go into some leg swings. So leg comes up, foot is flat, and then you flick back, okay? It's a nice leg warm up. Yeah, so that's what we're going to run through today, okay? We're going to be 4 movements. We're going to be working for 20 seconds with a 10-second break and switch sides. And we're going to do 8 rounds of the same exercise with a minute in between. It's not as scary as it sounds. It's fine. So for this kind of workout, and then let's go into a hip hurdle, okay? So just opening the hip. For 20-10, you usually will choose reasonably simple exercises because 20 seconds is just not enough time, okay? Switch legs to do anything too complex. So I'm gonna run you through some variations, whether you have a mace or if you don't. And then we'll push play and start. It's gonna be super fun. Alrighty, cool. So exercise number 1 is a switch squat, okay? So grab your mace. The grip is under, over, yeah? This is the most common grip that you will use in the mace training. So you're gonna go under by the mace ball and always hold your hand by the mace ball, not here, yeah? You wanna have control over the heaviest part of the mace and then over, okay? So obviously, probably everybody should be by now familiar with squats, where we're squatting back, not over the knees, okay? So in terms of mace squat, level 1 is you just holding the mace to your sternum. Yeah, that's level 1. So we're gonna go for 20 seconds on one side, and then round 2, we're gonna switch and go to the other one, okay? The way you switch the mace, you're gonna slide up. You always want to have both hands on the mace, okay? This is called the prayer pose switch, all right? There we go. So on round 2, you switch, and then you go for 20 seconds on the other side, okay? Level 2, if you feel comfortable with the switch, is you're going to be doing a switch squat. So squat, switch, squat, switch at your own speed, okay? If you've never done switches before, they might just be quite slow, all right? In that case, if you want to get a little bit more exercise in, keep the mace on one side, okay? What to do if you don't have a mace? You're just going to do a bodyweight squat, yeah? Or if you have any equipment in your house, maybe a kettlebell, you can do a kettlebell goblet squats. You can hold a dumbbell or medicine ball, a small child, yeah? So anything, it's just a squat. So that's exercise number 1. If you have any questions about exercise number 1, just pop it in the comments, okay? Exercise number 2 is a mace row. For that, I'm going to go for a heavier one. So you're going to start in a high lunge. Your hips, your shoulders are perfectly facing forward, okay? And then what really helps is to pretend you're spreading the ground apart between your feet, which will really help you with stability in the lower body, okay? Then we're going to lean over. So your upper body is just a continuation of your leg, the back leg, yeah? So we're not going to be here. Equally, we're not going to be here. All right, so here. Tighten the stomach in, so you're pushing the belly button towards the spine. Now, you're going to overgrip the mace. Overgrip is here, and you're going to offset the mace. Okay, so we're not holding it here. We're going to hold it here. All right, this is super fun. This is like a bit of an express coaching. Normally, I take a little bit more time to coach people. Yeah. Now, the front hand is by the knee and the back hand is somewhere in the middle. If it's too heavy, you just slide back, okay? Because you're going to be rowing. So obviously, the leverage, it's much greater here than it's here, yeah? So that's an easier version. The front hand doesn't move. It's stabilized, yeah? And then you just bending the back arm, yeah? Really trying to engage the back muscles. Also, don't flare the arm out, yeah? The elbow is kind of shaving the ribs. So we're gonna go one round on one side. Exhale, inhale. And then in the 10-second break, we're gonna switch from side to side, okay? Now, for the lovely people who don't have a mace yet, we're going to go into tabletops, okay? So you're going to come down. Yeah, I hope you can see me okay. We've done tabletops so much, yeah? So it's a nice hip thrust. And then you're going to go for 20 seconds. Then you're going to have a 10 seconds break and then go again, okay? So that's for people who don't have a mace yet. Movement number 3 is lunges. Yeah, so I want you to pay attention to lunges. You need to be in perfect 90-90 angle. Yeah, it's not here. It's not a forward motion. Yeah, it is back drop. It's a knee drop. Yeah, upper body is beautifully perpendicular to the ground. Weight is staying back on the posterior chain. Now, there's different versions of the mace lunge. If you're still learning your lunge, go into stationary lunges. Yeah, just holding it and you're just going down. You can go into seatbelt lunge where you're opening it. Okay, this is a really nice version as well. Obviously, you're switching sides from round to round. Yeah, so this is like the simplest versions. Just holding the mace under overgrip, or you can go into seatbelt. It's called seatbelt lunge for obvious reasons, okay? If you feel comfortable, obviously you can open and go into seatbelt lunges, or you can just lunge and just hold the mace, okay? So lots and lots of versions. I'm gonna run you through them once we hit play and do the workout, all right? For those of you who don't have a mace, obviously just doing bodyweight lunges, you can alternate. You can go one side at a time. You can also go stationary lunges. If you want to load, again, hold something in your hand, a kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you have at home, okay? So that's movement number 3, lunges. Again, ask questions if you have any questions, and then let's go into the last movement, which is a vertical press. So every time we're pressing something overhead, what's the most important thing is that we don't take our shoulder with the weight, okay? So you need to pack the shoulders down, really compress the shoulder blade down. And while you're pressing and pushing the shoulder blade down, then you come up. Entirely different to this, okay? So it's in the way you're creating opposing forces. Shoulder blade goes down, arms go up. And you should be feeling a whole bunch of tension kind of here and hopefully in here as well. You can try it with, but we're going to go one at a time. So let's try one at a time, okay? Obviously, you're going to be stabilizing the abs and the glutes as well. Ideally, obviously, you will have a full range of motion in the joints. If you don't borrow it from the thoracic spine, okay? So the way you're gonna do a vertical press on with a mace is under over grip again. I need to go back so then you can see me, okay? You start in a seat belt position. From here, engage everything, pack. You're gonna press the mace directly above that shoulder, okay? Shonita, for you, you've got 10 pound mace, it's quite heavy. So you can use the other hand to help you press the mace overhead, okay? If you've recently gone up in weight for mace and it's really heavy, then you can use the other hand to kind of help you press it up, okay? Just make sure the structure is really good, okay? That you're not taking the shoulder with the mace, okay? For those of you who don't have a mace, we're gonna do a knee push-up, all right? You can do them elevated as well. If you're just starting with push-ups, you can do them against the bench or a table. Tuck your glutes under, push the belly button towards the spine, screw the shoulders in, and then go down, okay? Alternatively, you can go on the knees, you can go on a step or like a low table, or if you're going here, then please make sure you're creating the hollow body shape, yeah? So glutes are under, belly button towards the spine, and then you just pushing down to whatever depth is good for you, okay? So that's a variation for those of you. If you have a dumbbell at home, you can perform the overhead press easily with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or anything that you have. Great tip. Awesome. All right. Are we ready? Any last questions before we push play? Ask away. The TechFit timer can be downloaded from the App Store for about $1 or $2. Okay, so really affordable timer. That's what I use, and I'm gonna push play, and we're gonna go. Okay, make sure you have water ready. Yeah. There is not enough time to be sipping water in between the rounds, but there will be when we get a minute off. Okay. So make sure you're going to do 8 rounds of the same exercise, 20 seconds each time, okay? Sometimes when you put a timer on, people think that they have to go fast for some reason. You don't have to. These are all new movements that you've just learned. Just go slowly. It doesn't matter how many repetitions you will fit into that 20-second window. If it's 2, it's awesome. If it's 5, awesome too. Your main aim is to exercise with perfect form at all times. So there's no point of starting all with a hiss and a roar and doing 8 reps and then completely fizzing out. And by the end of round 8, you're doing 2. Better to do 3 the whole way, okay? So it's about maintaining composure, not getting into oxygen debt. It's not about your form falling apart, okay? If you've never done 20-10 before, and probably most of you haven't, just go nice and gentle, okay? It's like have fun with it, experience the interval training. You might not have done it before. It's about just, this is a gentle introduction into the world of interval training, okay? And I don't want you to have an unpleasant experience, okay? So I'm going to go with you for the whole 20 minutes too, all right? I hope you're doing it with me. I hope you're just not like sitting on the couch with a bag of chippies and and watching me sweat. All right, 2010 it is. Let's see how loud it is. All right, are you ready, loves? I'm just going to get my game plan in here so I don't forget. We're going to start with a squat, okay? Either just stationary squat where you're holding the mace. You can be switching, but I'm going to run you through all the different variations, all right? I'll give us a 15-second runner-up, and let's go. The 2010 is a quite BP timer. It's quite in your face. Okay, get ready. Under over grip. Okay. Squat. Let's go. Yeah, 20 seconds. No need to rush. Okay. It's if you're holding the mace for the first time, just be careful. We're halfway. Yeah, just hold it nice and close to the sternum. Inhale, exhale, and time. You get 10 seconds off. It's barely enough to catch your breath. Switch sides. And let's go. Round 2. Try to fit the same amount of repetitions in if you can. Or if you don't want to think about counting, just go at the same speed. Okay? It's only 20 seconds. And time. Okay. Switch the mace to the other side. Now I'm going to demonstrate the switch squat, but you keep to whatever version you want. All right, let's go. You just do the version that is good for you. You can't run before you can learn how to walk. Okay? And time. If you're switching, then obviously you just start switching again, okay? I'm going to do one more round of switching and then I'll go back to just the one side squat. Let's go. Round 4. Make sure you're exhaling regularly. Yeah? Don't get into oxygen debt. No need for sprinting. Yeah? And time. Halfway through, okay? You can regress and progress versions as well. All right? Just because you started something doesn't mean you have to finish. I'm going to go back to the simpler version. You can also just experiment with whatever version you want to do, okay? I've actually just got the 4 too, which is nice. And time. Shake it out. 10 seconds. Switch sides. Set yourself up for the squat. Yeah? Let's go. I'm going to go from the side. So you see how I'm not going over the knees. This is our 6th round. We've got 2 after this. All right? Almost there. Slow it down if you need to, and time. I'm going to do the last 2 rounds as a switch squat as well, okay? So you can kind of see. And that's what you can do too. Let's go. You can mix and match. Especially when you've mastered a new movement. You don't have to do it for the whole 8 rounds, okay? Obviously, you can go faster once you master the movements and time. But that's entirely up to you, yeah? Last round, lovelies. Let's do it. Almost there. Let's go. Tempo is up to you. You should be getting your heart rate up a little bit, but you should be able to talk just fine, okay? No gasping for air. And time. Okay, done. Squat is done. You get a minute off now, okay? Awesome. Recover your breath. Have a sip of water. The next exercises are the row, okay? I'm just going to run you through it quickly while you're in your break, yeah? So the row is here. We're going to be switching sides from round to round. For the lovely people who don't have a mace, you are in your tabletop, yeah? For 8 rounds. Tempo is entirely up to you, okay? I need to open some windows, yeah? Okay, get ready, set up. Glutes, abs. Compress the shoulder blades down. Let's go. Exhale as you go up. Obviously, if that's too hard, just shimmy your hand towards the mace ball. The other hand is locked. The other arm is locked. It doesn't bend. And switch. If you're doing tabletops, you're just sitting down doing nothing, okay? All right, I'm going to show you frontal view. You're on the other side now. Let's go. If it takes you a little bit longer to get organized in the 10 seconds, don't worry. You don't have to start right on the beep, okay? Once you start doing this for a while, it will become much easier. And time. Come up, shake it out. 10 seconds is barely enough time to set up, yeah? Let's go. Exhale as you come up. Yeah, concentrate, really engaging the back muscles. And then when you come down from the row, really push down the tricep. It's a nice loading for the tricep. And time. I'm gonna go this way. All right, get ready. Glutes, abs. Pack the shoulder. Exhale as you come up. It's a challenging movement. It's kind of like a free row. And time. Halfway through, my loves. Yeah? Set up. And let's go. Go nice and slow. This is so technical. There are so many parts you have to stabilize and engage. Always glutes, always hollowing out the abs. Squeezing the back muscles, okay? Don't let anything go. And time. Transition to the other side. I know it's fast and furious. Some of the other timers are a little bit more mellow. Let's go. Yeah, you have a little bit more time in the break, but I wanted to take you through a Tabata. I might take you through another one next week. Spread the ground apart with your feet. Stabilize. And time. Last 2 rounds, okay? If you need a break, leave a round out. It's okay, all right? Or go slower. It is totally okay. You can always leave a round out, have a bit more recovery, because it will allow you to then go back to perfect form again, especially when you feel like it's breaking apart, okay? And time. Last round. Make sure it's just as good as the first one or better. Never worse, okay? Never want that to fall apart. And time. Wonderful. That's done. 1 minute off. You don't have to worry about the row anymore. Just going to open a window. Whew, how are you feeling? How's everybody feeling? That's for the people who are actually doing it, not for the people who are just watching. This is great. Fantastic. It is good, isn't it? You just have to kind of just relax and kind of rise above the beeping and the kind of discomfort. But the way I teach interval training, it should be pleasant. It should just be about gaining strength and cardio and power and endurance rather than, we're going to go into the lunges, okay? Rather than killing you, you know, and destroying you. Okay, under overgrip seatbelt. Let's go to stationary lunge first, yeah? Easy version. Let's go. Let's go. Not let go. Let's go. Yeah? So beautiful 90-90 shapes. Yeah, stationary lunge. Really feeling the glutes, not feeling the knees. Okay? Go nice and slow and time. Okay? Switch sides. The mace is always on the open side. Okay? And let's do it. So let's just go stationary for the first 2 rounds. Yeah? Just get used to the fact that you are holding a mace. Take it nice and slow. Knee goes down. Loading the posterior chain, the glutes, the hammies. Yeah? Beautiful. Now I'm going to go into the seat belt lunge, okay? I don't want the 5. All right. As you go down, you open it. Up, close. Yeah? Go nice and slow. If you want to stay at the previous version, do that, okay? Don't rush the process. You don't need to. And time. I might just bring it a little bit closer and come a little bit closer. Switch sides. Okay? So still stationary lunge, but now I'm going into the seat belt. Yeah, so this is a seat belt stationary lunge. Obviously adding a really nice arm curl. Yeah, bit of a bicep. And time. Halfway, okay? I'm going to go into moving lunges now, but you don't have to, okay? First, I'm going to go for the stationary. Yeah, it's just holding the mace. How many lunges you fit into the 20 seconds is entirely up to you. I want perfect form from you. I don't want shonky, shitty reps. They don't count. They just introduce injuries and tension into your body, okay? If you do 2 good ones, much better than do 5 shonky ones, okay? Let's go. If you're not ready for moving lunges, stick to the stationary ones, all right? Build your technique, build your muscle memory, so then when you attempt the lunging, it's going to be fine, okay? Awesome. Okay, last 2 rounds. I'm going to go moving seatbelt lunge now, yeah? So I've taken you through the whole sequence, the whole progressions. Okay? Tempo is up to you. Remember, I've been doing this for 3 years, yeah? This is easy for me. But it might not be so easy for you, and that's okay, because I began in that spot as well, all right? I wasn't doing rotational lunges first 6 months, yeah? Build the basics. You can always build incredible, complex movements and strength if you've built the basics right. If you don't, your pyramid will literally crumble, yeah? Beautiful. That's it. 8 rounds of lunges down. It's like death by lunges, isn't it? All right. We have the vertical press. Yes, so vertical press. Most important thing, yeah? You're compressing the shoulder down. You're not taking the mace here, yeah? Compressing. We're going to switch side to side from round to round, okay? You're doing push-ups. If you've got a dumbbell, you can do overhead press, yeah? Or a kettlebell. Otherwise, you're doing push-ups, which I've demonstrated, okay? All right. Get ready. Lock the glutes. Lock the abs, and let's go. Seat belt. Exhale, yeah? This is a grind movement. Don't go fast. Make sure that your technique is good. You're loading the back muscles and the core, okay? not the shoulder joint. Time. Switch sides. Go from a side so you can see what's happening here. Yeah, I really want you to feel the back muscles, the lat, and then even possibly the serratus, which is at the front. Especially if, like Shanita, you have a 10-pound mace, you should feel that nice loading, okay? Awesome. Switch sides. Shake it out. This is tough, yeah? Overhead pressing with single arm, it's tough. So just, you know, reset. Make sure you don't let go of your glutes. Make sure there is no arch in the back. Yeah, don't let go of the core. You need to support the press with your core, your glutes, and time. Switching sides. This is round 4. Pack, re-engage. Yeah, vertical press. Super fun. Remember, you can help yourself with the other hand if you need a bit of a push, okay? But don't create speed. It's really hard to control. If you go fast, then use momentum. Yeah, this is slow. Right. Halfway through of the last exercise. Doesn't it go fast when you're having fun? Rather than looking at your watch going, oh my gosh, where is it? When is this torture going to be finished? Yeah? So just go with calmness. Exhale as you go up. Control. Perfect engagement. Again, chunky reps don't count. They just create tension in the body, setting yourself up for injuries. I'd rather you do 3 good ones than 5 not so good ones. Switch sides. Let's go. It's always quality over quantity. Always. What we want to do the most at our age is to avoid injuries, especially injuries induced by exercise. I mean, how dumb is that? Sometimes you can't help it, but it's often just chasing reps and ego and output, which is just silly. Whether you do 3 repetitions right now today or 5 is gonna have no impact on the rest of your life, okay? Because you just build the strength and the reps gradually. Whether you bust your shoulder anterior ligament in your shoulder joint is gonna have a massive impact on the rest of your life, okay? So think about that when you're working out. Measuring progress is good, let's go, but a progress at the expense of your joints and ligament is no good. Yeah, you're just kind of leaving your body behind for some imaginary numbers. Righty ho. That's us beautiful ladies. 20-minute interval training session. Let me know in the comments, how was this for you? How did you feel? Did you find it hard? Was it manageable? Was it the first time ever you did interval training without actually dying in the workout? Like, I feel great right now. Like, I have maybe mildly elevated heart rate. Obviously, I haven't pushed really hard today. So let me know how that felt for you. I would love to know. I would love to know. Yeah. So this is how I run the interval training sessions inside the Warrior Woman program. This was just one of the timers that I showed you, okay? There's 3 more, which are probably a little bit more mellow. And then you get 5 sessions. So you get 20 workouts all up to start with, okay? But remember that we're going to be catching up once a month for live classes. At the beginning, I'm probably going to do the classes and the flows from the program, But what I really want to give you is an ongoing support and an opportunity to grow and get stronger inside the program with new workouts, new interval training sessions, and new flows. So you will get all the new additional material for free. So for years and years, you could be showing up to a monthly live class and learning new movements, learning new strength training sessions, learning new flows. Okay. So once a month, and we're going to be catching up on Zoom in these live classes. So you can have your form assessed by me. So you can just put in the chat box, hey, Jana, I'm not so sure I'm doing the row correctly. It doesn't feel quite right. And also I'll be watching people as you exercise, because the idea is that we'll all get together and exercise together. So then I have an opportunity to just have a look at you and just, I'll see it immediately. And I say just, hey, just screw your shoulder in a little bit more. And suddenly you'll notice it's just going to become more solid and easier. Okay. Because I know that buying a program online could be quite daunting, because you kind of like, well, I don't know if I'm doing it right. But remember, like I wanted to add a component of support and coaching into the program. So while you are doing most of the workouts on your own, most days at home, you have an opportunity once a month to just catch up, run through some questions, have your form and technique assessed by me. Also, you get my support inside the Facebook group. So we are having an exclusive student-only Facebook group where you can post videos. If you're unsure about something, film yourself, okay? Rather than going back and forth, like, hey, how does the shoulder supposed to feel like? Send a video, post it. Chances are that other women have the same question, okay? Or you can send me a private DM. So to students, I'm gonna offer a DM support, so you can film yourself, send me your video if you don't wanna, make it not quite public in the group. It's going to be quite intimate group, but you can send me a message and I can give you a support between Monday and Friday. So 3 different ways how to get my coaching support when you're going through the Warrior Woman program. I don't want to leave you confused or unsure. I want to give you the support that you need and want to make sure that you learning the exercises safely, that you're exercising with perfect form at all times, and that you just have fun. Just have fun with it, because it should be fun, okay? I'm just going to have a look at some comments. I love that last move. It takes a lot of core. Oh, sure does. Yeah. I love the moves, one slow and deliberate, easy to take time for proper form. Absolutely, yeah. I think what a lot of people don't realize that, and I've gone to lots of high intensity interval training classes. I was boxing at the beginning of the year. People just kind of sacrifice their form for the output. Like the coach says, hey, we're going to do 50 push-ups. And people just go blindly for the number and don't really think about, hey, is my form still good? Why am I feeling it in my lower back? And then the next day they wake up with sore lower back and sore shoulders, or maybe they wake up 2 years later with a sore shoulder. So it is about just deliberate, slow, controlled movements, because eventually you will be able to add the speed, okay? Eventually, if you give it a few years like me, then maybe your 2010 switch squat will look like this for the 20 seconds, okay? Maybe your aim would be, hey, I need to get better cardiovascular fitness, or I need a little bit more endurance under high intensity. So eventually, absolutely, you can go to town with it, okay? But at the beginning, I urge you to just be really cautious and rather err on the side of caution and slow than chasing something, okay? Because how I look at interval training and how I was taught in TechFit, because TechFit is all about interval training. This is what we do. We'll just do the 20-minute workouts. Was that look at your interval training as I am getting a window of time in which I get to practice my movement. And suddenly it really switches in your mind, right? So maybe it's not as easy on the 20-10. That's a bit of a fast one. But let's say that we are doing 30-30. So you exercise for 30 seconds and then you rest for 30. Look at it as I have a 30-second window in which I get to practice my skills, challenge my strength, do some work, do some conditioning, create endorphins and good positive hormones, get growth hormone going. And so then I can burn calories for up to 48 hours and maintain a healthy weight and feel good, energized, and amazing. So when I learned that really switched my thinking about interval training. It's not a 30-second window to crank out as many reps as you possibly can. No, it is your opportunity to practice your skill. And, as a woman in perimenopause or 46, like for example, today for me, so I've been surfing 3 days in a row, quite hard out. I'm sore. I can feel the fatigue in my body. Does it mean that I can't do a workout with you today? No, I can still do it. But I did it really lightly. I did really simple movements. Normally I do this with a 6-kilo mace. I did it with a 4. I ran through some real regressions. I basically just mildly kind of elevated my heart rate. So it doesn't mean that I don't get to work out today just because I've had so much, quite intense exercise in the last 3 days. I mean, I feel really good. I feel like I removed all the tension from my body from surfing. I feel like I kind of feel good. I moved. It's great. So equally, when you wake up and maybe you're being hit by, maybe you've got day 1 of your period, or you are hit by some perimenopausal symptoms, or perhaps you haven't slept very well last night, you can still exercise because you know how to adjust the intensity. Maybe you just do really simple movements. Maybe you go super slow. Maybe you just pick up the lightest mace you have. So you can still move, but you are adjusting the intensity to how you feel. And I think this is really powerful knowledge to have as a woman who is in midlife, we don't feel amazing every single day. But equally, when you wake up in the morning and you're like, right, bring it on. I'm ready to go. I feel good and I've been practicing my switch squats and I'm going to push it today. I'm going to see how I go and see if my form can hold it. Go for gold. Absolutely. But having the knowledge how to switch it up and how to mindfully exercise with control with your body rather than against it, it's really potent. And that is what essentially I teach all my clients. And that's what I would love to teach you as well, is to being able to suss out how you feel, how's your energy level, where you want to pitch your workout on that specific given day. Because not exercising is not an option. It shouldn't be an option. It shouldn't be, I just feel too tired. I'm just not going to do anything. No, just maybe you might want to do some flows on a gentle day, okay? Or you might just do what I did today. Cruisy, really cruisy. Like I could probably do 4 more of those today without any kind of energy output, okay? Awesome. That's fantastic. Okay. Oh, we've gone for 48 minutes. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about safely challenging interval training and the Mace training or the Warrior Woman program, which is still, the doors are open. Remember that the founder's price of $997 is only available till the 31st of December. After that, it will go up. And also there is a payment plan too. So you can start your Mace training journey today from as little as $347. Okay, so 3 monthly payments. My utter pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me live too. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Mwah. Have a great day. Do a little bit of stretching if you want, but chances are you probably exercise with perfect form, so there's not so much pressure. Have some water and go and have some protein as well if you've moved with me. Okay, have a good breakfast, a good refuel. And I will see you next week. Let me know if you want to do some more of these interval training sessions, maybe a different timer, so you can experience a little bit more if you are hesitating about whether to jump into the program or not. Okay, lots of love. Thank you so much for joining me.